Namaste, this is Vinod Srivastava coming back on a very lazy day, though there is sunshine, with two different set of people. Uh, at my right, there is Mr. Madhav Dalvi, and side to him, her name is Miss Geo. Miss Geo is an international model, and she's here for some purpose. And Mr. Dalby is a versatile personality. He is into hotels and hospitality. He is into brands, stylish brands, to events, cricket, mineral water, and whatnot. This is the day where we shall be talking about all about him and his journey so far. So, welcome, sir, at this podcast. And let's begin something which is a word called MADDY. What is MAD?
We used to work with an international company, uh, FTV, Fashion TV. And a lot of the guys who were based in Paris and stuff, when we used to speak to them on the phone, they'd take my beautiful Hindu name, Madhav,
Right.
and made it Madhav, Madhu. So I said, listen, let's try something else. Let's try Maddie. I said, but Madeline is also Maddie. We have two Madelines in the office. I said, let's just go with Maddie because you guys murder Maddie.
My goodness.
And it's stuck.
Okay. So basically, you have added another name to your profile beside Madhav Dal. So Maddie is your own name. You have created yourself.
Yeah, so my parents gave me Madhav. The world gave me Maddie.
Perfect. Perfect. So moving ahead, let's understand you in brief so far, and we need to understand more which people are not aware about. So there are two things you need to combine. Tell us something about yours.
First half of my life, public knew a lot about because I used to model, I used to act. So that's always out in the open. You are the product, right? So you end up speaking a lot about yourself stuff. And being an actor, the way you promote yourself is to be in a lot of different media roles, like doing advertisements or training to be an actor. So I was trained by a guy called Roshan Taneja.
Right.
Under the auspicious company called ABCL at that time. It was Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited. So we won our talent contest. And out of 88,000 people, they chose 10 boys and 10 girls.
Right.
And then we went through the whole process of learning how the crowd.
Correct.
So that half of my life is very well documented.
Okay.
And then I joined Fashion TV. That's where the fashion element came in. And the same office also was spearheaded IPL. So I had a lot of interaction with that section of the office, especially the events and promotions. All the DJs and the cheerleaders from all over the world and stuff like that. Then my father was wondering what to do with our family home here in Dehradun. And we decided to go down the hospitality route to be able to maintain such an estate.
Yeah.
And that journey is now 14 years. And what really put us on the map at that time was MS Dhoni. About 2010, decided to get married at our place. And we actually knew about the marriage for 2 years. There's only 2 of us or 3 of us in the organization. It was very difficult. So having all vendors on call for 2 years, and then within 2 weeks we arranged a wedding, and that's sort of what put us on the hospitality map.
Perfect. So basically, Vishranti and Dhoni are two words and become one with that wedding.
But my promise to the couple, our promise, my father's and mine, was that we'd never use them for publicity. It happened on its own, happened organically, but we started becoming known as the place that Dhoni got married, but we never said it.
That's so honest for that part. It's become 14, 15 years so far. The Vishranti is it's a brand. It's a legacy now.
Yeah.
How you would like to take this legacy up and onwards?
So we're getting into parallels now. The one you're sitting in here is a business hotel, boutique.
J.
This one has 16 rooms, a banquet, all-day dining cafe, rooftop restaurant, world cuisine. And so we're going to replicate this in tier 2 and tier 1 cities. We'll have a different version for tier 3 cities because I think we don't want to alienate any section of society. So we will cater this brand to any kind of city that would like to have us. And then we're getting into luxury B&Bs, bespoke travel experiences, private butlers, private chef service, car of your choice, dinner wherever you want under the stars. Some, if you want to go on a trek, we could arrange that, but with like a picnic basket of your choice of wine, cheese.
Something which is very unique.
It's unique maybe for India, but it's the way it's a way a certain strata of society travel abroad.
That's great. And I believe Miss Gio is here because of this property, this vertical of your legacy. So how did you select her? Why Gio from Brazil? She has traveled all the way from Brazil.
She works with a friend of mine's company, Spy Models, and we will go back way back when to my fashion TV days. He's actually a dentist by profession. And I explained to him that, this is a product of mine which is business oriented and very corporate. And he sent me a couple of photographs, but the one that jumped out of this thing at me was Gio.
Wonderful. So welcome Gio to this new world where Vishranti is heading towards. How did you find this place and working to promote this place for Mr. Dalby?
It's been an amazing experience. I'm so happy to have the chance because, one thing for me, so important as a model, is that I get opportunities to meet new places, meet new people, amazing people, and cultures, culinary, and all of the parts of the world that I don't know. So this has been such an amazing experience. Thank you so much for having me.
Except she's lacking with the pasta. There's no Indian food yet.
Fair enough. Perfect. So, beside modeling, let's understand who you are basically, how you just started, what's about your education, your family, what brings you to India?
Okay, my modeling career started around 20 years old. Before that, I was going to college. I was doing music.
Right.
I have many different interests, such as art, music, dancing, many different areas. But the thing is, one of the most that I feel drawn to, it's the part of creating, and modeling is something that allows me to feel like I'm doing that. I enjoy as much as being in front of the camera, also to be behind it. And modeling has allowed me to have this view. For example, being in a set here, for example, I can see how you guys organize. I can see how it's prepared, and how the point of view of the photographer, how you set things up. So this is also has grew on me in a way I really feel drawn to, because I see myself as a creative person, and this is something that really draws me more, into the career.
Right.
And at the same time, I feel like I have, as I mentioned, I get the chance to meet new people and talk to them and meet them in the personal level. And also one of my other interests in life, it's psychology and therapy. So having yes, exactly. Recently, I started in the course of alchemy, and you just sit with the person and you start listening about their story, and you see how cultures are different. You can see how backgrounds can decide where where you go or how you act or what's going to be your point of view. So this is something really that I feel like modeling has given me this opportunity of take all of these different areas of interest of my life all in one place. And of course, traveling to a beautiful place and having opportunities like this is just so amazing. Like we earlier talking, and I just discovered that here is a place where I can also
Ayurveda, Ayurveda,
exactly.
yoga, Ayurveda. You're just talking about all sorts of things.
Yes. And my alchemy course is also talking about this. So coming to India, having this job, like it's my career, I'm working with that, and then I can join my work with my interests and like personal relationships. This is just so amazing for me. It's really,
Wonderful.
yeah, it's a great experience.
Wonderful. So it's been a few days you are here in India, and I'm sure you must have learned a couple of Hindi languages.
Yes. I'm still dealing with my accent, with my pronunciation. But yeah, there's a couple words.
Can we have a few words which you have learned so far?
Yes, for sure. First of all, of course, namaste.
Excellent. What is namaste basically?
For me, it's like a greeting. It's like,
Perfect.
yes.
Wonderful.
I wouldn't translate it as a hi because I think it's needs so much more than that. But it's really like a greeting. Like I acknowledge you, and I'm grateful to have you.
With your folded hands, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. That's the gist of India. And what next? Any other words?
TK.
Wonderful.
That's our favorite one.
What is Tikan?
It's I understand it as a okay. Like TK. Like
Wonderful.
It's all good.
Yes. Let me tell you one line in English. I love you so much.
okay.
Right? What could be translation from your language to English? Sorry, to your
In
language.
Portuguese.
Yes.
Okay. Would be eu te amo so much. I love you so
I love you so much.
Eu te amo muito.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So you love me so much, you love him so much.
I love you both guys so much.
Wonderful. Okay, coming back to Mr. Madhav Dalvi, there are certain more things which is associated to you, and that is, I've just heard you have started a company called Karma, and
Dharma beverage.
yes, and it is into creating, manufacturing mineral waters. What it
There's
was
actually not much manufacturing. You're not allowed to tamper with it too much,
right?
because mineral water is always from a source which has minerals already in it. So if it's packaged drinking water, that's usually with added minerals. That means through the reverse osmosis process that we call RO for short.
Yeah,
Like the ones you have at home, like Kent and stuff like that.
right.
So that makes packaged drinking water. But this is actually mineral water.
So you just source
Without mineralize, it comes with minerals in it from the ground.
okay. So when you are planning to launch it in the public?
Soon, just like maybe within a month.
Okay. And what is the reason behind putting a name like Karma?
Karma, because it is a partner of mine. His name started with K and stuff, and the Ma in it is me. So Karma.
Wonderful. So it's a great combination between two beautiful words, creating a word of a future mineral water bottle.
Correct. But it's called Achman, which means purity.
Perfect. So that's basically a brand. Now, another question. You've been to cricket, you've been to events, you've been to, lifestyles, you've been to hotel, hospitality and all. Now, down the lane, as you are giving, full time in hotel hospitality now, so how you would combine your previous legacy, combining these hotels into events, into lifestyle, into water, into everything, cricket?
I see them as a synergy. So I mean, usually most hoteliers they screen the IPL as an event in their restaurants. I see yoga and gyms as a big part of my legacy. So going forward, we didn't have the space here, but going forward, we just definitely have yoga studios and spas in the bigger offerings. I'm planning a resort, which is a villa based resort, which is resort living, where we're going to be selling some of the villas.
To understand this part, when you say a villa resort, so we need to understand what is all about. What kind of thing?
Villa resort is it's a concept that's grown out of Bali, where a promoter he builds villas.
Yeah.
He builds a lot of hospitality elements like the spa and gyms and sometimes golf, destination wedding stuff like indoor banqueting. That becomes like the clubhouse for these villas. So the villas are then sold to individuals,
Yeah.
and the next day they're hired back
Right.
by the resort. So the owner of the villa actually makes money when the resort makes money as well. So just say you have a guy who's taken a bank loan and they have an EMI, is a youngster. He'll actually be able to pay that EMI from the income of his holiday home.
Beside the product is always growing at the time he's growing. He will be able to earn something from the regular income of the resort.
Right. And it also takes care of the monthly outgoings, the maintenance.
Right. And he's not bothered about the maintenance part.
It gets cut out of his earnings. So he is now not bothered with it.
So when Dehradun will able to visualize this project.
So we're at the permission stage. So that usually in India takes the longest. So I look at it breaking ground within the next 6 to 8 months.
Wonderful. I think for this time, for this day, it's sufficient for us. We'll definitely request you all to come back again at the platform of Team Vin, and we'll discuss more about the other parts of your world. And thank you so much, sir and ma'am. And let's have a word from you before we could say goodbye for the time being. Any word which you think is good enough for the table?
Word in Hindi, Portuguese, English.
You select a word
Portuguese, I think.
in Portuguese and you have to translate it to Hindi and English. Or in case if you could translate in English, it's good.
Okay, in Hindi, I will need your guys' help.
Yes, we definitely.
Mine is not very
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. My word in Portuguese will be destino.
Destino.
Yeah.
What is that?
Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Nice word.
Destiny. Destiny. Bhavishya. Your ultimate aim of your life. Wonderful. So my ultimate aim of life is to get you guys back on the same platform. And I wish that Mr. Dalby, should be talking about the further projects, all the hidden things in his slide development
For the next part.
Of course, since you are already associated with Vishranti Group. So we look forward to see you again and talking about another projects, maybe on the hills, around the hills, maybe by the side of river, or maybe by the side of some sea. Sea for sure, right? Yes. And thank you so much for giving your time, valuable time to us.
Thank you for having
Looking forward. Thank you so much. Namaste.